what is the number one thing that you need to enhance your language learning journey? Like, and what was it you're looking for before the gym, and maybe what you're still looking for now? But what is it that you need to enhance this journey?
Yeah, it's still the same thing I'm looking for. I want to be really fluent, so really, really fluent. And the one thing I missed in all my learning was to speak, because I don't have anybody here to speak with. And so this was really come in handy to join the gym. But yeah, it's still the one thing I'm going for. So I've been better, I guess, but there's still a long way to go.
Gotcha. And what is it that you want from learning your language? You say you want to be fluent, but like, what is it that you want from that fluency?
Yeah, I want to be going to Sweden and can talk about everything with everybody, just without thinking after. Just go for it. I listen, I understand, and I can just, I answer as quick as I can. So this is what I'm going for.
Gotcha. And the reason why you want to be able to like come over to Sweden and speak fluently, is there anything behind that? Is there any motivations behind that?
Yeah. I have a dream to live in Sweden one day. So I wanted to be able to talk and to do all the paperwork and everything. And even go to, what is it? City halls and stuff, and do all the thing by myself and don't need anybody to translate. I just want to be able to talk the language when I move to the country.
Gotcha. And have you had any fears about learning Swedish?
No, not at all. First, it was just, it was like a bet, can I say? So my husband said, "No, you don't, no, you can't. You just can't do that. It's a silly language. Just don't do that." And I said, "Okay, I can, and I promise you, I will." And so this is where I'm coming from. And at the beginning, it was just cool and funny. But after a while, it's getting more serious, and it's still funny because all the Swedish words, sometimes if you comprehend it with German. So still funny, but a lot of work. You have to do the work, otherwise you just don't get there where you want to be.
Exactly. No, it's true. What things have you tried up to now, prior to the gym, even, that were not enjoyable for you, or maybe even you hated them, they were so unenjoyable?
No, I think there's nothing I didn't enjoy.
No, everything you've tried up to now, you've enjoyed.
I started with the regular books for tourists. Just to know some words and phrases. And and from that point, I bought a lot of books, and I started with Duolingo like everybody else. And I also used Bubble for a time. But I stuck somewhere, and this is where I could understand, because I was listening to hear books and to series and stuff, and I could read, but the one thing I was missing was talking. So this is the main reason I've joined the language gym.
Gotcha.
Because there's not that much focus on grammars, and it's just talking and getting into the language, and you get the language by diving in and talking.
Yeah, exactly. And what aspects of your language learning experiences up to now have been the most effective and engaging for you? Like what have you done up to now that has been the most effective and the most engaging?
I think it's series, watching series.
Mm.
I think this is the main thing in my learning that that gives me the most, because I can rewatch and I can watch it with subtitle and I can watch it without, and I can watch it 700 times and get better and better by understanding. And yeah.
Okay, nice. So let's just switch gears a little bit, and we can start asking some questions about the gym specifically.
Yes.
So firstly, what motivated you to actually want to take this call?
There are two sides. The one side, I was thinking, okay, let's get them some feedback and let them know what is fine. And the other thing was, there is a little bit something I wanted to say also.
Okay, so a little bit of like feedback from your own personal experience up to now, from starting until now, and then a little bit of feedback in terms of where you are now and what you think we can improve.
Yes.
Good stuff. Yeah, there's always room for improvement, right? So what motivated you to start learning with us at the language gym?
I listened to Fred's pod, and he talked about it, and at the beginning I wasn't sure, and I thought, oh, just give him a few months. let's see if it's still there in 2 or 3 months. And so I started in April because I needed somebody to talk to, and I wasn't sure where I was standing at that point. I knew I can understand a lot, but I did not know if I can speak with a sense so everybody can understand what I was saying. That was the one thing that motivated me the most. Have somebody to talk to.
I fully understand that. Even living in Sweden, I understand that. How has the language gym helped you up to now to achieve your goals?
I think the language gym is doing a pretty good job so far. All the different classes and all the new ones that came up recently, that's pretty nice. You are really, how can I say that? You don't have to stick at just 2 times a day, so you have 4 times to choose which is best for you, and maybe also the theme of the lesson to choose from. So that's pretty good, and I think I'm not that bad with talking, so at that point. So there are pretty good conversations now.
Yeah, gotcha. So like in a more concise way, like, how has the language gym helped you to achieve your goals, do you think?
Yeah, but just let me be part of the language gym, and just the lessons are cool, the way they're built up, and just the small rooms where you can talk to 2, maybe 3 people, and that constantly, that helped me the most.
In terms of helps you the most in terms of what?
To get closer to my goal.
Yeah, which is to speak fluently.
Yes.
Yes, gotcha. Which are your favorite like classes or subjects in the gym?
My absolutely favorite is Utmärkt uttal. I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to pronunciation. So,
Pronunciation nerd. I'm sure we've got a few of them, but I can understand maybe where some of your concerns are coming from if you're a pronunciation nerd.
So yeah, I really like that one, and I'm really bad with grammars. So I try to enjoy every grammar clause there is.
Grammar
And
class, did you say?
yeah, yes, the knepig grammatik. Yeah, because I'm just not that good with grammars. And yeah, serious snack.
Mm, Jocelyn. Okay.
Yeah, debat or yeah, or the open gym with the violet
Got,
plus.
gotcha.
Yes.
The picture is being built. And so, what specific features of our gym did you find most beneficial up to now?
Yeah, that's maybe the utmärkt uttal, because Fred and now Jocelyn, they do a pretty good job by, yeah, just let you know how exactly you have to pronounce the words.
Gotcha.
And this is really helpful because
Gotcha.
I think if you go to a country and you can talk, but you don't pronounce right, so
Yes,
there can be misunderstandings.
for sure.
So I think this is one of the best classes you have.
Gotcha. And in terms of this is all noted. So, and the other question is in terms of features, like the features of the gym, like so the way that it functions, the amount of classes, the range of classes, the way that the breakout rooms are set up, the fact that you get like a score
Mhm.
next to your name so you understand who you are, and like the features that we have an app to book classes in. That
Yeah.
so what are the features that you think are most beneficial?
Most beneficial, I don't know, can you say that with features? I think the app is pretty cool.
Or most helpful, or the you know what I mean, that
It's
benefit you as a user, basically.
it's really really good, so you know when is which class, and you can book you in, and also if there's something's coming up, you can book you out.
Mm,
So that's really cool, and
mm,
it works very well.
mm,
And also the times where the classes start
mm,
now, when
mm,
when there are four, maybe three classes a day, it's pretty good timed.
mhm.
So I think that also people from other countries, maybe the US, can be part of now, or be better part of. So that is, yeah, one of the things I think is pretty helpful.
Can you share a memorable story of like something that can highlight that's highlighted for you personally the benefit of being part of the gym, like something that you've realized or something that happened? And I give you an example of this. One of our users told us that she used to go to regular conversation clubs where she lived, and they would be with other native Swedes and some of the language learners, and she always felt that she couldn't speak, that she would
Mhm.
be in her head and never really engage fully in the conversation. But after coming to the gym for a couple of months, when she went back to the live in-person meetings that she used to go to, she felt like it was easy to just engage. She found this, she kind of seen it in hindsight. Oh, she like left. It was like, wow, I was just speaking with everyone there, and there was no of the usual hiding. And that for
Mhm.
her was a clear marker that the gym had changed something, and that was a good story that helped her to understand that the change had happened. Do you have anything that's similar, a similar story?
Yes, I don't have any people to talk to here, but the language gym helped me a lot by understanding the books I read. So, and I mean understand. So even if there are words I eventually don't know, I don't have to look them up, because if I read the sentence, it's clear what it means. So it helps me to read the books and to understand my hear books.
Hmm.
So I don't have to rehear it. So I hear it once and that's fine. So this is really cool. And I thought I wasn't able to do that. And I think I wasn't until I started
Uh-huh. I
with the
understand.
language gym because I think it was the September morning where we had to read at least 3 sides of a book each day. And this really got me started by reading. So
Mm.
now I'm reading books like that.
That's great. That's so
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. I mean, do you like to read books in your own language anyway, in German or in
yeah,
English?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think like, once you get that passion for a new language to read again, I remember I was a kid and I
Yeah.
first started to learn to read. I was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. So I get
I,
that. That's
I
nice.
just got a package with I think 7 or 8 new books.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah, so
That's
I'm
great.
excited.
How would you describe the community in the gym, like the people, the other members that
It's
you're with?
great.
Yeah.
It's great. The teachers are awesome, really awesome, and the community is just so nice. All the people, they're friends now. So it's not just another student you see every once in a while. So no, you be excited to see them again, and that's really nice.
Mm, mm. How has being a part of the gym impacted your personal life, professional life, in like day-to-day stuff? And sometimes this might not apply to you. So, but it's more like if people live in Sweden, sometimes it affects their personal life because they've got better at interpersonal stuff. But also maybe for you, if you built friendships outside of the gym that you established in the gym, like if you talk to people outside of the gym, like on the phone or WhatsApp or
Yeah,
Zoom, or yeah,
yeah, yeah. I do that a lot.
that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's great. So how has being in the gym affected your personal life in that way then? Because their friendships with you.
There are just some friendships and to know people all over the world, and you can communicate with them well. So that's really awesome. So I really like talking to some of the students uh, with WhatsApp because that's the easiest way to connect. And you can send photos and little voicemails and stuff, and everything is on Swedish. That's the main part. So we just communicate on Swedish. So that's pretty awesome.
Nice.
And yeah, it's a big part of my life now.
Wow, it's beautiful. So you've made like how many friends do you talk with that you met in the gym outside of the gym?
7, 8, 9, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Wow. Beautiful. I mean, it's super nice,
yeah,
to make
yeah.
new friends.
There are a few we're planning to meet. So we will see if that happens, if we can do that.
Cool. Um, how would you describe the language gym to a friend, someone who is wanting to know what it is that you're up to when you're using this product? How would you describe it?
I would describe the language gym as one of the best ways to dive into a language, to get better every day, to remind the language better every
Mm.
day. And it's just an awesome way to learn a language.
And what would you say to someone who is on the fence about joining the gym?
Just do it. Go
How
for it.
what would you encourage them about like if they were unsure about why to join and whether it was going to be actually helpful to them or
I mean, everybody is different and not everybody learns the same way, but I would encourage them just to try and to try out. You can just book a month and see if it's worth it. So just do it, just go for it, try it out. And if you don't feel like that's for me, then leave it.
Mm. And we'll get to the other parts that are that need attention. But before you joined the gym, what was the biggest perceived negative sort of aspect that you thought, nah, this is not going to be good, that ended up actually not being true?
So I'm, as I said, I'm not good with grammars, and all the time it came to grammars, it was just mind blowing. I don't know what, and that I don't had anybody to talk to. I just it just was all in my mind. I just talked to myself, and I didn't know if it's right or not. So yeah, that was exhausting. That was, yeah, the grammars, they still get me, but yeah,
Gotcha.
nobody, yeah.
And when you learned about the gym and you looked on the website and you read about what it is that we do before you actually purchased anything, was there anything there that you thought, or that put you off from wanting to join, that made you think, maybe this is not a good thing?
The one thing I was really confused about is that it's called the language gym, but it's language lock-in. So this was one thing I don't know, is this serious? So there are so many fakes out there, all in every section. So I wasn't sure.
You mean the domain name?
Everybody talks about the language gym, and then you look up the language gym, and there are a few. If you type in the language gym, there are a few numbers coming up, and then you scroll down, and then it's there. Oh, language lock-in. I don't know. Is that the same? Am I right there? So it wasn't the site per se, or the things I've heard. It was that little detail that confused me.
Yeah.
And I listened to Fred's pod, and I thought it just can't be serious. So there's no other way than being serious. But what's that with the names? I don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah. That was just a part of our sort of growth.
The start, the beginning.
I mean, the fact is that we started with the boot camps, and we still run the boot camps, and that's the language lock-in. That's the main business that we first set up, and then the gym became an idea on top of that. And so we, instead of buying a whole new domain and everything else, we just
I get that now.
That's what happened. But we actually have got a separate domain now, which is thelanguagegym.com. But beforehand we never had that. Okay. And what about the features of the gym, or the way that it worked? Like, did you have any negative opinions about that? Like, that you thought, okay, this might not be so good, this might not work, or that you later realized, no, it does work?
Yeah. I don't know, but there are a few students. Some are a little more advanced now because they're already a member for a few months.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but do you know that the lessons go on repeat? So every few weeks, it's the same lesson. So it would be nice to have more new, fresh lessons. Something, we need our brains to get through the lesson. And there are so many new students now. And I don't know, it's maybe the time or the size of the gym now that, that you need maybe different classes for different niveau. So yeah. It's not that easy for the ones who joined a few months to have the same lesson over and over again.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I know that a few yeah, including me, but I'm staying for another year. But I know a few that where the membership is running out in a couple weeks or 2 or 3 months, and it would be nice to hold them with
Yes,
you
absolutely, of
and
course,
more,
I agree.
yeah, more lessons for advanced learners.
Yeah,
Deeper talks, maybe just one question, but dive deep in it,
yeah.
get a, a whole nother level of conversations.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Would you what do you think about the idea of having, see, the thing is like this. The reason why the gym is attractive is because we have 100 classes. Okay. And this kind of smart thing that we did was to break out the class into breakout rooms, and then have the breakout rooms be where the students are at different levels. Because that gives everyone the same amount of variety, which is 100 classes, but
Yeah.
also because otherwise, if we start breaking the classes into higher levels, then there's less choice. So that instead of having 100 available, now there's only 20, and they might all be on the wrong time. So that's where it gets tricky. But we want to solve the problem. So the one question would be: there's two parts to this. If we were to make the classes more variety, so add new classes, so it was less cyclical, and and we keep the breakout rooms in better quality. We make sure everyone who is graded internally, at least, is in the right groups, and the groups are 3, not 4. Right, that's the first.
Yeah,
That would add to the quality of the gym as it is. Right.
Yeah.
The other thing is adding extra classes can be quite expensive, especially when we have to add teachers to the other classes. But one idea we were playing with, and I can just bounce it with you, is to do an open gym, but not have a teacher in the room, but just have students who are at that level be in the room.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a thing we can do ourselves,
Exactly. So I was just bouncing it up with you.
We're not at a level yet where we don't need teachers, because we still, we're not always right.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. That was my thoughts too. So then the real solution is to improve the diversity of classes. So add more classes, fresh classes that are not the same. So that's the first thing. Because then you do new classes at the same class.
Maybe the classes that already exists have new material to learn.
Exactly.
And not just maybe 10 or 15 weeks and then we start over again, because we already learned that many times now.
Yeah, I gotcha. So the cycle of classes needs to be longer. So at the moment it's 15-week cycle or whatever. If that went to 30-week cycles, then it would be more beneficial. It'd be less repetitive.
Yeah, because if you want your slogan is to get fluent in Swedish, and I think I'm not that bad, but I'm not fluent yet, and I want to get there with the gym.
Yes.
But so I see like it is now. I don't know if I get there.
Yeah,
because I'm paying also for having a class, but it's maybe the same thing again, and I'm paying for it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So there must be a little something to hold the older students as well, and not just focus on the new ones. I know the new ones are important.
No, but we need both. No, we want both. Yeah, we want both. I mean, ideally, it would be great if we could hold students for like 2 years, to really give them a chance to move through the whole grades. And ideally, speaking, more students is better because it actually gives us a baseline to fill up the groups. It might be about having maybe bigger groups in a call, but more teachers in the call. So then the groups can be diversified, and so one teacher takes care of the top level, which is the lilacs and the black belts, and then
But if I see that that I can learn more and come and get my goal with the language gym, then I'm willing to pay a little bit more for more teachers as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if I can get more out of it, why shouldn't I pay more? So that's not a question
very
at
good
all.
point. Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah, because we're trying to make it as attractive as possible.
I know.
For people that are just joining. But what you're saying is that the ones that have been for a while, that have been there, would be willing to perhaps pay a bit more to get to the fluency level that they want, if we can offer them the level of sort of service.
I wanted to go to the ninja level.
Yes, exactly. Of course you do.
So as it is now, I don't think I can get there.
Gotcha.
I need more work for my brain.
Gotcha.
I need more.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, but it makes sense. It makes sense.
And I'm not the only one. So
yeah, no, it makes sense. But this is like an evolution of the gym, you see, because we didn't know how long it would last, but now it's lasted the full year, and it looks like it's going to last many more years. So the first batch of people, like the first wave that came in, like yourself, have progressed with us to a point now where they need more from us, and in order to continue. And it's so much more attractive for us as a business to hold a client for 2 years than it is to 6 months. So your feedback is incredibly valuable and will definitely be implemented. I just hope that we can implement it as fast as it needs to be in order to be able to attain our customers, which is obviously highly valuable and important to us. Yeah, absolutely. Yvonne, it was lovely to meet you and speak to you. You got such lovely energy and enthusiasm. I feel motivated as a learner. I'm also a Swedish.
Join the gym.
I need to be in there more often now. Actually,
this is one thing I said to Stefan också.
Yeah.
To Stefan också. Oh, now I'm.
Now you're blending.
Jag pratar svenska nu. Yeah, you two guys, you're founders, and just show up in a class every once in a while. That would be nice.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%. I appreciate that as a truth, and we have a new agreement about what we're going to do around showing up to classes that we're starting to implement this month. So
yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, good. No, I'm glad that you said that. Cool. All right then. If there's anything else, email me. I'm all ears at any time. And yeah, if we need any more from you, we'll ask you. And if we ask for permission to use any of your stuff, we will obviously give you a message about that too.
Yeah. Lovely to meet you.
Yeah, the same. Take good care.
Yeah, bye. You too.
Bye.